Okay, group, now I will not do this a second time, so pay attention. Just for a quick review, we're looking at the heart. Here is the right ventricle, and here's the left ventricle. Coming off of the right, okay, we'll come to the venous return a little bit later on, but this is the pulmonary trunk, so that's a good landmark to look at. But let's start with this arterial stuff. Right, here's the aortic arch that you can see coming around right through here. Okay, and then as it begins its descent, this is called the descending aorta. If you're in the thoracic cavity, okay, it's just known as the thoracic aorta, and when that same vessel goes through the diaphragm and it enters the abdomen, it becomes the abdominal aorta. Jen, go ahead and pull things back. So you can see, again, just how far this extends, again, all the way down the entire length of the animal. Okay, from down here, and again, pull the rest of that mess back. Again, clear, again, all the way down till it eventually bifurcate and go to the lower extremities. But let's come back up towards the top. Okay, so coming off of this arch, okay, right here, is the brachiocephalic artery that you can see right here. And we're gonna go ahead and work on the right-hand side. Now we need to move this vein out of the way, but this is still all the brachiocephalic. And then right here, you'll notice that we get a split or a bifurcation. So this first split that you can see right here, this is called the subclavian. And again, it's not very long. It's just this little piece right here. It's going to go along to the armpit of the cat. Okay, right in through here. This is called the axillary. Okay, and then when it gets to the humerus, as it kind of travels on down, okay, you can see it again right here. Again, this would be the brachial artery. Okay, and the same thing would be true over here on the right-hand side. But the thing I want you to look at, getting back to this brachiocephalic, you'll notice that, again, the brachiocephalic comes up. I get this one branch going this way to the subclavian, okay? And I get this other branch coming up this way along the trachea, right? This would be the right common carotid over here, okay? Now, if we go back over, okay, you'll notice this large vessel, okay, also coming off the brachiocephalic. This would be the left common carotid that you can see, okay, right over here. And then over on this side, we have the left subclavian coming around, axillary, okay, and then the brachial artery here. Now this is a little bit different in humans, because in humans, the left common carotid has its own exit right here. So on us, we have a brachiocephalic, a left common carotid, and the left subclavian. But with the cat, we only have the two right here. All right, so let's take a look a little bit lower. All right, Jen, pull that out of the way. Okay, so there's my descending aorta, or the thoracic aorta, coming down. These little branches coming off here, these are the intercostals that we can see, again, coming right along and through here. Okay. Now, I've got a remnant of the diaphragm that's left right there. Okay, so as this passes through the diaphragm, there are three unpaired vessels, or three unpaired arteries that come off. The first one is this one right here. We can just see this little piece of it. Okay, this is called the celiac trunk. On the cat, this is all that we need to know, but on the human, there's going to be three branches. So think of the trunk, the celiac trunk, like a tree. And the three branches would be the left gastric, the hepatic, and the splenic. These would be all arteries. Again, three major branches coming off of that singular trunk. The next vessel down here is this large superior mesenteric. And this will be going to, like, the small intestines, the ascending, and the transverse colon, this one here. And what's kind of cool to look at, if we do hold up the intestine, okay, and if we look at the mesenteries, we can see how they branch and form this arcade of mesenteric vessels. And that's kind of cool to look at. All right. If we continue on down, okay, there's my abdominal aorta, okay, right here. The next branch coming off, this will be paired, and this is the renal, okay? And in this view, this is going to the left kidney. On the opposite side, we've got one going to the right kidney, okay? So this is our first paired structure here. If we continue on down, Okay, we've got another branch coming off down here. Okay, this would be our inferior mesenteric, and this will be going to the structures of the large intestine, the sigmoid colon, those types of things. Okay, now we're going to pick this up. Down here, there's my abdominal aorta here. Okay, and we're going to keep on coming down, and it's going to split on us. Okay, here's a split here on the left hand side, and there's a split over on the right hand side. You can see it. Okay, this is called the external iliac. As it comes down, okay, and as it comes through and it passes through the abdominal wall, okay, there it is there, okay, it then becomes the femoral. Okay, now notice too how the femoral vein is in parallel with that artery that you see right there, okay, which is very similar to what we saw in the upper extremity with the brachial artery and the brachial vein. The other one I want you to see is ever so tiny. It's this little rascal that we can see just right here, okay? This is the internal iliac artery, and this will be going to deep structures like the urinary bladder, the reproductive structures of the female cat, and those types of things.
Good job.